So, we're joined here tonight on a special night by Megan. Yeah, like literally, her first name is Megan, and her, her nickname is Yeah. So that's MGHAN space YEAH, and just another video game streamer. She does a lot of live stuff, so I think that's what sets her apart. I will admit, I haven't watched every single video of hers, but I like to keep a broad range of popular to semi-popular to very popular video game streamers on YouTube because it lets me know what people are playing these days and what I want to avoid. Because like all the mainstream titles and all the AAA titles, everyone's doing them. So why would I want to stream a game that all these other people have already seen streamed by other people, especially attractive females? But um, tonight's an interesting night. I'll get to it, but there's some more I wanted to say. So I believe she's on Twitch as well. So what a lot of YouTubers and Twitch users do, they make a Twitch video and upload it to YouTube, or vice versa. I thought about doing that, but so it was brought to my attention Twitch is no longer just gaming, and that disappointed me a lot because I thought Twitch was like a safe haven for gamers to be gamers. Whether you consider that stereotype of a geek or a nerd or what have you. But I mean, it's a thing to do now, to be attractive, such as myself, and stream video games like these other people, attractive people, are doing. So I didn't know what to make tonight's video about, like I ever know. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I had to check my phone for a second because there's an interesting little experiment going on right now, and it's being done without her knowledge. So, her being a potential romantic interest, and you guys remember last night's video about how I was getting tested for the coronavirus, and in the news that recently broke tonight, President Trump and the First Lady tested positive for the COVID-19. I'm not going to touch that, but what I am going to touch is this. So this potential love interest on my phone right down here that you can't see because, I figured, maybe, I obviously I can't show, that would just be kind of fucked up. But, it's already kind of fucked up right now, but that would make it like super fucked up. But, so as I was talking about the video last night, getting back to that, I'm sorry I jump around a lot, but I asked that potential date for this weekend whether she got tested today because she said she would try to. She did not reply. So maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe she'll get tested tomorrow or this weekend, or somehow 24 hours will pass and she'll get her results and we'll go on our date, and the rest will be as history meant it to be. The forces of fate, of the powers of love, etc., they will all take place as destined. So I remember a long time ago I was trying a social experiment where on a dating app, when they were mostly websites and not before they blew up all over and almost exclusively became to mobile phones, I edited my profile and I put down that I collected disability and I had a mental illness. And I'm paraphrasing, I forget what my exact words were. And one of my um, loyal readers, if you want to call them that, criticized me for putting that. And I thought to myself, I was like, okay, I understand why you're concerned. I thought about it some more and I was like, why should I be embarrassed about this? And I thought about it, I was like, if you're embarrassed about me being embarrassed by it, then that's not really your concern. Because that's just indicating to me that you're embarrassed of me. So I keep hitting the mic. Fucking, I can't stop fucking doing that. So yeah, it was just like, this is my life. Um, Maybe it's about time people became more public about real issues. Like the collecting disability thing, okay, I'll give you that. Like, but that ties into my disability. So I don't see, I fail to see the problem. What I do see is I'm talking about this shit on YouTube, and recently across all my videos, I recently got 10,000 views. How many views do you have? That last part wasn't supposed to come out like that, but you know, that's all I'm saying is that maybe it's time for someone to speak up and not be embarrassed by things like this. Because the last time I checked, I'm not hallucinating right now. I'm not hearing voices. So all I'm saying is this is real life, as far as I know. As far as we know that we're not in the movie Inception, that this is real life. Why should I be embarrassed about real life? I mean, I understand all this bullshit about, you know, if we lived in a perfect world, etc., where everyone was accepted, etc. That'd be great. Why is that world not achievable? And what are you doing to stop it from being achieved? Because you are adhering to the stereotypes that I should be embarrassed about my life. That like my life is not normal, and that it's okay if I just keep all these skeletons and inner demons in the closet and just, you know, let them out gradually, you know, warm the romantic partner up to them. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. So like, I don't know what else to say. Like, why should I be embarrassed by other people being uncomfortable? I mean, life is short enough as it is. So I just don't want to live behind a screen. Because as I've said before, there are many people that I know, probably the overwhelming majority of people that I know, who feel very powerful behind a screen. Whether that screen be a monitor screen, a telephone screen, or a TV screen, or whatever. That's all I'm saying. So people will say and do shit they wouldn't do in person because there's no immediate repercussions. Maybe it's about time for people to face the consequences that when you don't let someone else have their own free speech, then you don't have the right to deserve free speech either. I mean, is that outrageous? Is that asking too much? Is it out of line? I'm just saying that there were other ways to phrase what this person phrased. Multiple people actually, now that I think about it, and it's just sad it's that way. It's just sad that I can't be me, because me by definition is a flaw. That I'm not normal. That nothing I will ever become will be enough to hide my shame, the shame people have towards me. I mean, I hate to break it down like that, but some people just don't see the bigger picture and they don't want to, which is great. That's fine. It's your life. But don't put me down because you think I'm not normal. 'Cause if you look in the mirror, motherfucker is plural as well. You tell me you're perfect. You tell me there's nothing wrong with you, that you have no flaws. Now, are my flaws, quote unquote flaws, big ones? Of course. But are they meant to be treated any more harshly than minor flaws or your flaws or whatever other major flaws out there are? Because the last time I checked, no one's perfect. And being imperfect is by definition of having at least one flaw. So whether your flaw is small or your flaws, plural, are great or big or, serious, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying that people need to be a lot more open-minded, and people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. That's all I'm saying. I mean, because if I think of all the people that I know who claim to be like, my acquaintance, my colleague, my friend, my, in some cases, family members, relatives, like if I think of all these people, I can think of flaws they have, and I don't throw it back in their face. But I guess it's okay if it's thrown back in my face. Maybe I'm just the easy target, because maybe I'm just not supposed to talk. Maybe people with mental illness are not supposed to talk about mental illness. Like, this is news to me. Did I miss this memo? Did you guys have a meeting and give out a memo about this and I didn't receive it? I better check the minutes of the meeting. I probably forgot to check the minutes. It's just, it breaks my heart. No, honestly, especially when it comes to romantic partners, like, why do I even have this YouTube channel? Like, what's the point of trying to make this abnormality be a lot more normal than you think? If I didn't mention myself in this entire video and said it was about, someone I know who's mistreated in this regard, think about it. Wouldn't my words have less credibility because I don't experience it firsthand? And more importantly, if I was the person who was speaking on behalf of my flawed, imperfect friend, otherwise known as me, I mean, I just fail to see how people don't see what I'm trying to say here. And that, let's say this friend was real and they had, I don't know, multiple personality disorder, and I was just talking about them. It's not the same. What would that make me if I was the one with the MPD and I just ignored it? I just hid behind a screen and said, this someone I know, blah blah blah. This person suffers from blah blah blah. Well, what does that make me? More importantly, if you're talking about me or this other person, what does that make you? This is Tony from Review Tech USA. I just had to. That was gonna come out one day anyway. I just had to throw that out. The Review Tech USA is a YouTube channel. It's pretty popular. It's about technology, video games, all this bullshit. So Megan, what did you think of tonight's video, Megan? Yeah. Look at this crazy person talking to her TV right now. I'm just really tired. I mean, so this whole situation with the virus and the social distancing, and maybe my potential date not replying back is affecting me more than I thought it would. I mean, I'm trying not to take it personally, but it just seemed like there was something there, and in hindsight, maybe there wasn't. I don't know. Time will tell. So maybe I shouldn't jump to conclusions or make any false insinuations or accusations. But one accusation that is not false is this. For the people who think I share too much, maybe you're not sharing enough, maybe you're not sharing the right kind of stuff that needs to be shared. So, you go back to your Twitter and your Instagram and all these other bullshit things that I don't use besides Facebook and YouTube. Not saying that makes me better or anything. I'm just saying your social media is your social media. Don't criticize me by the way I use my social media. And if it bothers you, last time I checked on Facebook, there's an unfriend button. Last time I checked in life, there's an unfriend button. Only it's not a button, it's, you just stop talking to this other person. And it's very simple. I mean, in today's technology age, it's very simple to not talk to someone. So I'm just saying, to anyone I know out there, subscriber, follower, liker, commenter, or if you don't like what you see or hear on this channel, or any type of social media I have, whether that's my a dating app or dating website or whatever, or Facebook, whatever, if you don't like it, no one's forcing you to watch and listen to it. Maybe you're the one who has some sort of morbid curiosity about my life and my abnormalities and my flaws. I'm just hating on everyone tonight, because that's like that comment has always bothered me by many people, that, oh, don't put that on your dating profile. And it would be something that is true. So it wasn't like I was lying about something positive, turning a negative into a positive by lying about it. I was saying a fact. And if you can't deal with that, how come I've been in now that I think about it, since I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was in my early 20s, or maybe before 20, I forget. Since then, I've been in 12 romantic long-term relationships. Now, we're not judging each other about how many people we slept with. Let me put that clear. I'm judging you about how many relationships this flawed, imperfect person has had compared to yourself. I don't mean to flex or anything. Okay, I'm getting a little carried away with this video right now, but this is something that's been really bothering me. And if you can't handle my shit, then the other bathroom's over there. So go take your shit and shit over there, and I'll take my shit and shit over here. I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm mad at society. I'm mad that society brought you up the way to think that I'm not normal. I'm mad that society said it was okay for you to think that way, and you will continue to think that way because that's the way society is currently. Will society ever change? I don't know. I mean, if more people are diagnosed with mental illnesses, or they find some test or physical indication that someone has a mental illness, then great. I mean, whatever. It doesn't affect me because I've already been diagnosed. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it, and I'm tired. I'm tired of being that hush-hush topic that people aren't supposed to talk about. I'm tired of having to create an illusion that I'm normal just so we can still hang out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to pretend like whatever troubles, whatever concerns, or whatever disabilities I may have in real life, when I interact with people I hang out with, I can't bring up personal stuff because it's too personal. But like, if I had a problem with like a neighbor who was making too much noise, that's okay to talk about. But something that is going to be with me the rest of my life is not okay to talk about. Something that I struggle with on a daily basis, on a regular basis, of day-to-day life, something that I can't get rid of. Because if I could, don't you think I would have done it already? So I'm just saying, if I can't talk about that, either because you don't have the comprehension to talk about it, if you don't have the knowledge to talk about it, or if you just don't have the fucking patience to talk about it, then don't criticize me when I talk about it. Alright guys, I'm just tired, man. These videos are going on for longer than like 20 minutes. You know how I mentioned there was a recurring scene that I've been having, or sometimes have. I've been having a recurring thought about one of my PlayStation friends. I mentioned him before, and he said that his family member who has a mental illness, or suspected or clearly has one, and if you could just judge and diagnose like that, but let's say he was diagnosed, I'm not sure. And sometimes this PlayStation friend would look at me and be like, the fact that your shit is sort of together, even though it's not perfect. I'm paraphrasing him right now, but even though it's not perfect, it gives me hope that one day this family member can get to some level, some semblance of normalcy. Think about that a lot. Not even specifically because of the people involved, but just the very notion, the idea of it, that maybe the problem is that just some things are considered normal and some aren't. But then again, is it normal in the eye of the beholder? We're getting hardcore philosophical here right now, guys. Like, I swear I'm not high. I mean, sometimes I wish I was, but just so much ties into what happened with the court case in relation to this. It's just, I'm tired. What kind of society do we live in where someone's personal health, their mental health, is thrown back in their face? Like it's a bad thing. Like it's a problem. Like it's a hush-hush issue. But clearly it wasn't hush-hush. I wish it was, but do you think everyone I know, everyone I interact with, knows about this YouTube channel? You think so? Because last time I checked, I don't have an exorbitant amount of friends on Facebook. I think I have like maybe like 200, 100, between 100 and 200, and I used to have a lot more. But slowly, sometimes quickly, over time, you just have to purge the negative people out there in the world. And, I'm not talking about like the movie. I'm not talking about killing them on a day that where killing everyone is legal. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is maybe it's time to figure out who your friends are not. This allusion to the other video I made the other night. Kudos if you got that. You must be keeping up with the Tony Could've news very well. Alright guys, I'm going to try to end it out here again. I'll probably just keep talking for another 5 minutes, but it's just not fair. And I understand life's not fair, but why do other people need to make my life more unfair when I'm trying to make a point that it is fair? There's people out there with mental illnesses. There's people out there who collect disability. There's people out there addicted to drugs. There's alcoholics. All these things are real, but you don't want to talk about them because you just want to hang out and have fun. You just want to joke around all the time. You just want to forget your troubles and not talk about anything serious. What kind of fantasy world are you living in? Because like how much did you smoke to enter this fantasy world? Because like, can you give me some of that? Speaking of smoking, LeBron James and J.R. Smith are about to get a ring. So, another ring. So that's all I'm saying. Speaking of smoking, J.R. Smith is about. Dude, just look at pictures of him. Just look at pictures of J.R. Smith. He's like high 24/7. He's like higher than Snoop Dogg. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Just check out Megan Yeah and all the other YouTubers I feature here on my on the one side of my TV. All of them that I feature there. I'm tired. But the problem is I'm not physically exhausted. I am mentally and emotionally drained and exhausted and tired.